That's right, I'm getting up my... Hello guys, what's up? Yeah, we're trying to get everyone in the 25, and then we're going to start back up with the Berserker. I think Berserker pretty much is Prestige 5 already, so we're going to... Oh no, we'll play Crush. But yeah, work was pretty good. I didn't work a double today, I kind of figured I wasn't going to. So I just had to get on. Don't forget to subscribe. YouTube now has favored little people, I guess streamers, into getting a little bit less bullshit. I have to get 500 subs. I have to get 3,000 watch hours. Then it will activate all the tipping stuff. So all the tipping stuff will be coming in. So anyone that wants to grant me anything, I will only take dollar donations, honestly. Anything more than that right now would be a little bit too much. At least dollar donations at least give some type of perk with it. That's basically how it'll always be. Yeah. That's pretty cool that YouTube's starting to do kind of good for streamers.
So much for cranberry sauce. This bus is coming. Don't worry, the next one will be harder. I may have overindulged. Spend your jaws in the
So that'd be really nice to get. But yeah, we'll definitely start off with the $1 donation stuff, and then we'll just go from there, depending on how big my channel gets. Yeah, I really do dollar stuff.
I can smell it. I'm all give. Sweet chestnut. Hurry.
Yeah, I'm not a big, huge money person. I'm gonna say like making an extra $100 off my channel would be nice. Because my ideals are not to be a full-time streamer. Because it'd be, well, first off, it'd be too much. As in, like, you know, relying on other people to give me money. I'd rather work for my own damn money through, you know, other things other than playing games and talking about it. You know, shit.
That's nothing. Walk it off. Wave 3. Do you hear what I hear? The siren. Are you... Chestnuts. Don't break your arm patting yourself on the back. Here I come.
Yeah, a lot of people seem to do a lot of fan-based bullshit, and
That was for you.
I don't want to be idolized. I don't want to be fucking worshipped. Like some people literally worship people. They idolize them more than themselves and more than, you know, God, and that's like the biggest fucking thing. That's don't idolize people. Be friends with people. You can be friends with people. Don't idolize anyone. You can learn from each other. We're all part of the same group anyway. Doesn't matter what culture you are, doesn't matter what, you know, race you are. The divisions, stupid.
How do you like me now?
Because I hear people talk about racism now. I'm like, dude, if racism truly existed, then you would see it enormously a lot more than what you do now. Not even joking you. But people insist on that stuff being massively, you know, realistic. They sit there all day and be ignorant towards people just because of a color. And that's just really fucking stupid. And absolutely fucking pointless. But yeah, that's why I always seem to tell people. People want it to exist because it makes them feel stronger as a person of color or a person that is talking about it.
Die, naughty, die.
That's why it doesn't exist.
It's time to forget anyone.
That's always the biggest topic to not talk about because people tend to get very offensive super easy. And like the first thing they bring up is slavery. I said, if slavery happened 1,000 years ago, would you still be, would you still hate people that enslaved you? It was over 200 years ago. You didn't even exist. Your grandparents didn't even exist. It was like 3 grades. 2 centuries. 3 grades. Maybe 4 grades. That's what I'm saying. It's like, it's just so nerve-wracking. It's like, I don't see why it's important anymore. But people want to keep pushing the narrative. And I say, everyone is slave to the system. The system is slavery. It's just the form of it is differently. Because you know, it's just different. Because you have freedom of choice. You can do as you please as long as you don't harm people. But sometimes it's really hard because people are stupid.
How do you like me now? Nothing says Christmas like explosive. Chestnuts. Here comes Santa.
Like the whole trans movement thing. That's one of the things Tim likes to talk about a lot too, because to me it's just nothing but the same thing as racism. We're trying to move a certain amount of people, and you want them to believe in victimizing themselves because they're different. That's all it is. Like, me and the girls at work were talking about it, and that. I said, the whole point of this transitional stuff is to make you not feel comfortable with who you are. So when people do that, they feel uncomfortable who they are. So when they do that, then they hate themselves. So they want to change themselves. You can change yourself to a better person. You don't need to sit there and change yourself completely, because well, officially, biologically, you can't. Well, anyway, we were just having a conversation about, you know, what's the kind of, you know, things that you would go through if you went through a transitional thing at, you know, at an older age, you know, like, you know, you're sitting there, you already went through, you're like 16, 17, or 18 years old, and you decide to just, you know, swap. How much, like, pain and suffering would you have to go through to swap, and you thinking that's going to get better? And this is where the devil comes in. The devil wants you to be tormented. The devil wants you to say, hey, yeah, it's okay, go ahead and change. Because you know what, you're going to be better off. The thing is, you're not. It's a simple cast. It's like cast a spell on you, and then once you realize the spell is just witchcraft, basically, and all of a sudden, you know, you feel bad for yourself. You start hating yourself even more because the ideas aren't really that good. I'm not even joking you. It's, you know, it's tormentive. Not a pain and suffering people have to go through and then finally realize it wasn't worth it. It's because people praise you now because you're going to school, and people are most likely brainwashed by society because of school. And then what happens? The real world's going to look at you and start to judge you for why you would do such a thing to yourself, when realistically people know it doesn't do anything at all. The mindset doesn't really change. A 1 in a million people will go through a full great transformation and become, you know, something of beauty. You know, it's people like me are trying to save your life because you're condemning yourself more and more and more. Ammo here. How much people hate that stuff. Let them do what they want to do. No, we're trying to save people's lives here. You're condemning yourself and hurting yourself because you feel like you're not accepted. You are old enough to barely know anything because you haven't been alive long enough. You haven't been through any hardships. I think people shouldn't be tormented. The learning how to deal with pain is the whole point of being an adult.
How do you like it?
And that's kind of the whole point of, you know, to be saved, to be part of the Creator, to understand that you are loved. But you have to understand that first before you can go to the Creator, to be forgiven by His Son, to be part of the Holy Spirit. This has always been the problem with people. I don't know how many times people want to understand certain things, but then they sit there and they torment themselves over and over again. I've been there. I've been into the deep. I've been in Hellspawn deep. It is not pretty. It is massive amount of torment. That torment never goes away until you're forgiven. Yes, we make sins. Yes, we do wrong things, but that's what you learn from. I was talking to one of the manager guys at work in that. I said, why don't you work like you would if you were a basic employee? Basically, it wasn't exactly what I stated, but it was similar. And, you know, the person stated, I don't need to anymore. that I said then make it a want.
I would be impressed.
To establish honor in yourself, you have to want to push yourself. You have to want to push yourself more. I could tell other people to do it. That makes no difference. That doesn't make you a better person. It doesn't make you stronger. Fuck everybody else, make you stronger.
Eyes open down here.
That's why I get stronger. Why? Because I want to get stronger. I don't need to. The need is very little. Maybe a tiny bit, yes. But it's the want to get stronger. Because I see that there's a good stake, being stronger. There's better things I can do that most people can't do, that I couldn't do before, that I can do now.
Keep the area secure.
This is why when people want to change themselves completely, when they use science, which is called scientism, which is a form of witchcraft to a certain degree, some science, I would say technology and science are variously of different things, because science is various things. And we're trying to play God, and that's the whole point of science. They're trying to play God, and you can't play God. Like the whole cloning thing. Yes, genetically, we can probably clone people. Of course. Doesn't make it right.
I don't see him.
Chestnuts. None of this has made it. Surprising. What a cookie. This area remains mostly secure.
Oh, his head just flew off. Home run.
Some sort of plan. You're not this good.
That was good. I enjoyed that a lot. Home run. That's what it is. And it gets to the point where you start to realize that maybe you just need to just give in to Christ, give in to the Creator. People don't like it. People hate it so much. You don't know how much of a devil spawn people are. Like, how much people want to be sinning. And they think it makes them feel better, but you're always tormented by that sin. Always tormented by your behavior. Always tormented how you act. You're constantly being tormented. So guess what you do? You do more drugs. You smoke more cigarettes. You do all these things. All you have to do is just be a better person. To understand more. To go through more. To push yourself to new heights. That's all you have to do. People don't. It's so ridiculous how much people just, I don't care. You don't even love yourself enough to do anything at all. So it's like why do you want to be alive in a life that you can't be better in? That blows my fucking mind. That's the first thing everyone should do, is to try to make themselves better. You care about money. You care about how people look at you. But the thing is, if you become better and you become loving and caring and positive, people will give you the attention that you need. And that's what makes it kind of funny. They don't understand that. And they don't. You're still gonna be loved. People are still gonna love you and care for you.
Christmas like explosive.
But you keep on choosing the wrong way of doing it.
Area remains secure.
Just because you don't say, I bless God, or just because you say I don't bless Satan and Satan's bad, but you still sin. You still sin massively a lot. Like lying, cheating, all this stuff, and that's created for us to push by to make us feel better. I mean, I know guys that want to keep on having, you know, sexual orientation with multiple women, and they high-five each other, and deep inside they feel like shit. Same thing with women. They feel like shit. They say, oh, I'm positive. But as soon as you mention the word Jesus, as soon as you mention the word God or the Holy Spirit, they instantly feel the cringe. That's exactly what that's there for. You feel the cringe because you're part of the whole sinning program of fucking Satan. This is what it means. If you can't say God or Creator, you don't feel the cringe as much, that means you're getting closer to Him. That's the whole point of it. This is why people don't like it. I'll be dead serious. There's people that mock the name so much to twist the words around, say, oh, Jesus was a person, but Jesus was the Son of God. Jesus was just a random person that was just good. I used to think that myself, and now I think Jesus was the Son of God because he was the one that went against the church. The church was the one corrupted by Satanist humans that push bullshit narratives to push the gospel in a bullshit way. But it's just funny that people don't see it that way. They're like, you know, because they got the Quran. Oh, Muhammad, all that crap on that. Muhammad was, you know, this. Muhammad wasn't Christ. Muhammad was a prophet.
You want to go toe-to-toe with me, huh?
Enough of these little attacks. Here is something more to think about. Loading. Run, piglets. I will feed off enough of this face. Now
Oh, you dick.
can face no this strong faith upon the weak. Now this is getting annoying. Replacing advanced weapon systems.
Yeah, and this is what the problem. It doesn't matter, you know, if you feel good at this moment because life's going good because you got, say, money. This is the biggest thing people don't understand. Your life is blessed by your hard work. So if you're being blessed by sinning and you're going against what is created for us not to go against, that's why it only lasts for so long. It only lasts for that bit. That's why I said eternity of happiness, eternity of love, actual pure love, not the condescending love that most people like to go by. You know, it's like, why fall in love with someone that they don't know what it really means to be in love because they fell in love with so many people. Your soul gets tainted. They always say, like, soulmates, true love is why we have zodiacs. It's why we have the rules of the land to get closer to people. But people don't want to follow that. They want to go on date sites and follow all these people online and do all this stuff and that. And they're trying to say, you know, oh, well, this and that, this and that. I mean, I see so many videos of so many women and men trying so hard to get with, you know, a bunch of random people they never will know.
You missed the old Santa?
If you're born in an area, find someone in the area. Actually, online is good and that. You can meet beautiful people online. But the thing is, it doesn't mean that person is meant to be with you.
How do you like me now?
Everyone has a person they're meant to be with.
So bad.
And sometimes it happens when you're a kid. You grow up with the person.
Let's pound sided. Time to give it a present.
And that's the person you're supposed to get married to. That's the person you're supposed to bear kids with. I mean, that's serious. Like, people, they try too hard. That's the point. When you have too much to choose from, you have the idea of this perfectionate person. Perfectionate never will exist. It doesn't exist to begin with. And this idea is put inside women's heads, more or less men's heads, to poison the mind of women to believe in fairy tales that aren't true. Yes, men shall honor thy woman as the woman shall honor thy man. The woman doesn't honor thy man, then the man has to find someone that will honor him. And most of the times it never happens in this day and age. Because the woman will never honor thy man because there's too many choices out there. And women complain about men, so-called cheating, being unfaithful to women, but they never look at what they do that starts the unfaithfulness. To state a man is just nothing but a horny person that puts his dong in everything. Well, I can say the same thing about most women that sit there and spread their legs for everybody. What is the difference? There is no difference. It doesn't mean you have to do it. That's why I don't use sex as something that's supposed to be the only thing I see in a relationship. Sex is, meant to be, beauty. It's a beautiful thing to be with someone. To have that relationship with that person.
I'm all give.
And that's what people will never see as much anymore. That's why I don't do date science anymore. Date science made me miserable. I'd rather meet people in person. I'd rather, see people I see in person and love. I just know so many people that they stop doing date sites because they know that's tormentive. Because the idea is put in your head, try to find perfection. It doesn't exist. It never did exist. I see, women that are, say, not healthy, as in, overweight and that, trying to aim for perfectionate men that are 1%ers, that have six packs, millions of dollars. It doesn't make sense. You'll never find that. You'll never find these guys going on date sites. They don't need to do that. Just like high-class women that have lots of money and have lots of an audience or something like that. I think people should have an audience of that sort. Don't praise any human, because praising other humans is fucking ridiculous. Most people that I've noticed that are like music stars and that, for the most part, when they're at the top praise people, they are the worst people. That means most likely they're probably fake. You can't be top person unless you sell your soul. Unless you're just that amazing because you are being the child of God that most people can never be. We lose that sense, and people do. People get offended day in, day out when you say child of God. Well, you are a child of God. You're created by God. You're created by a creator.
How do you like it?
They say, well, how do you stay happy? It's simple. Life is simple. We create hardships. We create all the emotional discomfort. I got guys at work that are literally, womanizers. Complete, utter womanizers.
Here comes Santa.
And they always want to touch women. They always want to do the whisper bullshit. They're very manipulative, the way they talk and that. They have a double tongue. Them are Satan's bonds. Not literally, but figuratively. The more you sin, the more closer you get to Satan himself. The Lucifer hates humans. Even though it's been, say, 5,000 years, and you would think the person that it was the empathy of beauty and pride, the most beautifulest, one of the most powerfulest angels ever created, has a pity on something with less power. It insists on blowing people away. Why? That's the one thing. Like, why would you, despise something so weak when you're so powerful yourself? You may not be your father, but you still are something of power itself. So having people get confused when people talk about these things and that. And they try to aim for that. I'm like, dude.
Like a cracker. Die, naughty, die. I see you.
Thing is, I see it more and more. These people are massive sinners. I mean, I work with these people. Some of them actually, the person that, does, like, I don't think he's as bad as the other one. But the other one literally does not like me. I do nothing wrong with him. I try to, give him a little bit of help in that with, he uses blessing of Jesus and all that stuff, and that he fakes it, and he just uses it to compromise his own bullshit. I tell you what, it is the fakest thing ever, and I see so many personalities of that same do the same thing. And once you see one, you see all. And once you see all these people doing it, you start to see the cycle of it. All it is, they don't love themselves. They hate themselves. So as you hate yourself, you torment yourself. That's why most people that sit there like, why this, why that? So things happen for a reason. You have to find the reasoning. That's all it is. Find the reasoning. Once you find the reasoning, you will get better. Got better for me. I found my reason. I'm pushing forward. I'm loving myself more. I'm loving people around me more. I'm understanding more. I don't hate as much. I can't say I don't hate, I hate very little, but, I dislike people, I dislike certain things, especially, gigantic sinners and that.
Potential for serious fun. This has taken a strange twist. Surely I can improvise around this.
I am
Eaters!
chestnut.
Like, I despise sinners. I just can't stand it. It drives me absolutely fucking crazy.
Noise-induced injury can be quite permanent.
Like, every time someone I notice, like, is a big sinner, it drives me insane. Because it's so... And they're just so ignorant. When I see a man that's a womanizer, they treat other men like shit. They treat other men that they believe to be better than them, or they think that they're better than them. It's not even that they are better than them, they think that they're better than them. And they treat them like shit. Just like if you're a really pretty girl and you get girls are not as pretty, and they judge you harshly because you're beautiful, because you got good genetics, they will treat you like shite. Because they want to be that. But that doesn't matter. Beauty comes from what you think of it. There's no ideal beauty. What being skinny, being healthy is ideal beauty. So if all the girls and all the guys were in perfect shape, you know, they were, you know, average weight, you know, average everything,
They're right behind you. Well,
you would still find a way to judge someone. That's the point. You'll still find a way to hate someone or dislike someone. Why? Because you don't love yourself. Literally, how to love yourself is to judge others. And that's what people tend to think that's what it is. You know, it's a version of bullying. That's why kids bully so much.
Oh, here comes Santa.
you think that's it? There's plenty more sets.
Chestnuts.
And they do. They bully a lot. Especially if their parents are like that too. Now, it doesn't mean that the kid is bad. It doesn't mean that the parents are bad. It's that they're just
How do you like me now?
ideally stupid. They don't know any better because they never learned themselves. I love themselves.
The set is
And you might say, well, how would you love yourself? Well, don't let other people be the judge of yourself.
something.
Judge yourself based upon who you are. Don't let them judge you. Which means don't care about what people think. That's why they got these cultures. That's why they got different races and all this division. They don't want you to love each other. They want you to hate each other.
Like a cracker.
These are the higher up assholes that want to destroy the world in their own bullshit. They're trying to create another creation. And this is why people have to fight against it. Because they are not the creator.
Was out of gas.
They are not the one we image after. They want to claim that. And this is why it's a back and forth battle of true evil and good. Even though humans are not absolutely evil, but they can have massively evil intentions.
I feel at home.
But they only give out so much. So they corrupt little by little. They'll have people like Nicki Minaj that, you know, she came out nowhere. When I was growing up in that, we didn't really have a lot of really satanic or, you know, sexual stuff out there. Couple things in that, but like not anything ridiculous now. Why are they pumping it out there now? Because they know they're losing. They have to keep on transferring, but people are born to be pure. We're born to be not sinners. Even though we do sin,
Went on for size.
people are starting to break
You'll find it.
the bullshit down. We're starting to realize the truth. And it's going to continuously probably get worse before it gets better.
I'm all give.
That's why we have to stay strong. Keep on being healthy. Keep on loving yourself. Like, keep on working out and that. Keep on building yourself up. Do stuff that makes your job easier. Be more disciplined. Understand that you have to work hard for life. Life is not meant to be easy. It's meant to be difficult. You can make it easier, but it doesn't mean that it does not have to be hard.
That's crazy. Nothing says Christmas like explosive. Chestnuts. You both have bullets.
As I always say, why people have so much issues in life. This is the reason why. So anyway, I work with someone that is going through transitioning. And I'm reading this person's like vibe. The vibe is like super like not loving myself vibe.
Decorate your own.
You know, not ridiculous amount, but enough to notice that it could be something of a difficulty as this person grows older.
Plenty more squeaks. Where that came
The
from.
person's still very young, so I can't really judge on discipline because most people are not super disciplined at that, you know, at a good age. at, 16, 18 or whatever. Most people have no discipline at all.
Down we go.
They hate working. They want to be home all the time. They want to sit around and cry and pout about stupid shit. And to think that they're being better, to think that they're like they want to be part of something. This is the biggest cultural fucking fuck up. You want to be part of something. And they always go against, the church, religion and that. Like, I don't want to be part of religion. Religion is boring and stupid. It's not fun and cool. But I say, what's not fun and cool? Being miserable. Not being happy. I don't go to church. I believe probably, as a matter of fact, I know that the Creator exists because I see with my own eyes when I look outside. I see the creation. Why is the sky blue? Oceans are clear. Oceans aren't blue. That's a figment of imagination. They're clear. You ever went to the sea? It's clear. Because that is water up there. That's the separation of water on water. You see creation every day. You don't notice it. So it's an act of knowing, not believing. To believe it, you can believe in something and still know it.
Keep his ass out of that area.
I know there's a creator through his creation. I believe in him because I don't know. I've never seen the creator, but I see his creation. So it establishes that I know it exists, but I don't know exactly what it looks like or what God actually looks like.
This will be fine.
And this is what always has been the problem.
It's only indigestion.
I'm a cool-go-lucky person. I'm not, I don't read passages from the Bible. I listen to them, yes. I'll put things in my own perspective, yes. I was watching this one video talking about
Think fast. Or as fast as you can.
the things that,
Think slow.
well, I don't know why they always want to say, they read it from the Bible itself, the things that God really does not like. And one of the things is to challenge him. When people want to challenge the Creator, like some people say, if there was a God, strike me down right now. That's challenging the Creator. God's love doesn't want to harm anything of its own. That's not the whole point of the Creator. If you create a life, do you want to harm your own life? This is why people are so against abortion. You are harming your own life. You are harming a life of the Creator, of your own creation. When you have a child, you are creating a child of God. This is why babies are so innocent. That's why people want to protect children. It's going haywire. Protect the children. Protect the children. It is a fight of people that want to torment children.
But I smell it.
They don't do it just because they want to. They do it because they idolize what is going against the Creator. They idolize it. So every time you see someone says, "I'm for abortions," I don't even talk to him anymore, honestly. I say one thing. You need some Jesus in your life. That's the first thing I would say. You need to pray for forgiveness. I will pray for you, but you have to be the one to accept it. But you have to be the one to pray for yourself. That's all you can do. Don't talk to them. Don't try to interact with them. Because all it does is lead to more temptation to probably end up hurting that person. Because I despise people that say this and that about it. I'm like, dude. I was for it to a certain extent, but now I despise it. And the funny thing is, when people mention it or talk about it, they talk about it in various ways that's not actually 100% true. Like saying, oh, giving birth is what, kills women. And they always, I hear this so much. They bring up African women. They bring up, black American women. Say they say the dumbest shit. They have more likely of a chance to die from birth. Go to Africa and see how many children African women have. It is outrageous amounts. So you're saying that the chance of them dying is higher? No, it sounds like to me you don't want them to give birth. The higher end of society, these high royal assholes that literally fucking hate us, don't want people to give birth.
Wave 20.
It's a simple form of sterilization. Don't have kids. But people have a lot of kids. Why? God gave us the best thing you can ever give us is sex. Two people getting together and bonding. And like, it's easy to make babies when you want to bond with someone you love someone that much. Oh man! Holy fuck, he fucking whooped my ass. Damn! Oh, I got 2020. Yeah, give me my ass. It's crazy. That's okay. We'll go in here. I gotta take a piss though. But yeah, like people say, well, what about lusting? Lusting is going after people you don't love. So like if you love a woman, you're mutually soul merging with that woman. Or say, well, merging with a man. When we talk about gay society, I don't, I've been through it. I'm a massive sinner. I know I am. I've been through the gay thing. I did it as a researchable thing to see how far things might go. And I would have to say there's a lot of really happy, cool, self-loving gay people out there that they just want a chance to be part of society. This is why I go against Pride Month, because Pride Month is literally tearing down the gay society to say, we're going to use you to make money for us to say we're giving you something back and getting nothing back. This is why everything has to be part of one. And everything comes down to what? A creator. Whoever, that one that made us. I would say whoever made us, because technically we don't know exactly. But that's the whole point of faith. And, say, gay people were born that back in the early days, honestly, our history is completely fucking lost. 2,000 years ago or so, before Christ, history got changed. History got changed. After Christ was born and Christ died, once an AC started, things changed. That was the massive fucking reset. After Noah, this is why these timelines matter. After the Nephilims, from, freaking, what was his name? I think it was Enoch. Not Enoch. Yeah, Enoch. Book of Enoch. This is before Noah, and you gotta understand why the Great Flood happened. It's because of the Nephilims. They were roaming the world, destroying the Creator's creation. And the Creator had time after time trying to persuade Nephilims to stop destroying, to be friendly to the humans. And yes, it was a sin for angels to merge with. I think that's when angels fell. That means they got free will, that they weren't absolutely controlling the character. And that's what it is about the creator now. Like, people always think, you know, like, you know, when you look at angels, the angels praise, you know, praise their father, not their creator, their Lord, you know. But they always got to look at it from this perspective. We have free will to choose. It's a battle of good and evil. We have free will. But the funny thing is, we were created by God. So we are a child of God. And this is what people don't really understand why this is. You know, when they say, "Oh, I don't believe my sin." If you don't believe your sin, then you know, pray for forgiveness, and see how you feel after that. And that a lot of people will not pray for forgiveness. Do right now. You know, please, Jesus, forgive me for all my sins. For that I know I am a sinner. Amen. See, the thing is, when you do that, your Holy Spirit, which is our soul, basically, becomes enlightened. You become more closer. Forgiveness and then pushing the sins away from your soul is why we don't get corrupted. And this is why people always seem to like sit there and like, you know, well, what makes you happy? Happiness is something that is given to you through certain activities. So am I always happy? I can say I always love myself now. And my spirit echoes, so other people love me too. Because echo. Why do people love me? Because more or less, I'm funny, I'm good looking, I work hard, I have confidence in myself, I love myself. I do the things that I want to do as of right now to build myself up. A building block doesn't happen with just a building at first. You know, the building blocks are building blocks for a reason. If you got handed $100 million, did you work for that, or did you just, you know, just got it? You know, someone just gave it to you. There's a difference between working for it and be given to. It's like someone gave me $100 million. I would still live the same way I do now. And people say, well, no, you wouldn't. Well, then you don't know me too well. And you can go F yourself then, I guess. But that's what it is. Like if I ever had $100 million, what would the acts be? I would create a better life for myself and for people around me. I always tell people, if you respect me and I became rich in this way, win the lottery and that, which is literally a greed thing, but using it in a specific way is for enlightenment, then you could pull more people in. But then again, only if they respect me. If someone changes because they see that I pulled out a Lamborghini out of my ass, it's sitting in my driveway, and I drive it to Denny's, being a fucking dishwasher, making $14 an hour or whatever it is, probably make $14 an hour. People are going to be surprised. But the ones that always respected me would be like, that's amazing, you know, blah, blah, blah. People that never respect me, all of a sudden that want to respect me, but they still don't respect me. They just want. They just want to get close to me because I have something that they want. I would not give them anything. I would not know how many times you would see succubus. Yes, succubus of women, lusters, crawling after me just because I have money and not want me for me. And this is what the hardest thing is to fight against this. This is where massive sin comes in. When you have a huge amount of qualities, a huge amount of power in one thing, or not multiple things, in between knowledge, resources, strength, or, you know, spiritual quality most people don't go for. When you have something more than someone else, Number one, they get jealous, and this is from the same acts of gender. That it's the same gender. Like men get jealous of other men, women get jealous of other women because they have bigger boobs or bigger booties. That they literally be massively jealous. Just like guys having bigger muscles, or a guy picks up more than another man, they get jealous. But they don't see that the person that is strong was weak once. They only see that you are strong, not weak. So instead of them noticing that you were weak and pathetic, they say, well, you were always strong. You always picked up 150 pounds of trash cans and threw them over the fucking, trash can thing and that. And I said, no. I started off weak and inferior and became strong and powerful. You can't just, like I said, you can't just, think that you could be given a house or given a mansion when you have to build your own to begin with. This is what it is to build yourself up. Build stone by stone. Legos are a good explanation for it. Build Lego house, you have to build block by block to build a castle. That's the building blocks of life. The stepping stones of life. You start at the bottom and you work your way up to become strong, to become powerful, to become noticed. But you don't take praise as a way that you would praise God. You take praise as a way of well, thank you. But, your creator always comes first. Just like, you in your life always come first. No one else should come before you because you are who you are. When you start sacrificing yourself for other people, that's when you start to condemn yourself and you start hating yourself over it. It happens quite a bit, actually. Especially with me. Anyway, I'll go upstairs. Anyway. Hello, I'm back. Okay. Let's get this started, get the 25. Oh, man. Oh, probably start to get a little sleepy. Ooh, I need some more water. Yeah, I took my gummies. Yeah, I'm just gonna go up and down the list until everyone's ranked 5. So it's rank 2, rank 3. It's gotta be a little bit. Berserker's Manager Commander one more time.
I can smell them.
But yeah, it's just really interesting to like. To try and look for the best way to live life. No, a lot of it is not sending. Like, people don't understand. Like, people really don't send that much. Like, there's certain controllable things. You know, like porn, for instance. Porn is something that most people tend to get freaked out about.
That one's for Rudolph.
Deal with the stragglers. I'll make sure the next round is a challenge.
And I look at it, it's like, people think, well, porn is like lusting. I said the act of control is what makes you not a luster. To use something at your disposal for a relief is not as much of a sin. It's still a sin, but the sin of it, there's stages of it. How you think about how you do. So like I don't idolize women.
In here.
I know guys that idolize women 100%. They're super cringe. Like, they will do anything to get closer to a woman. And they will lust after. That's what lusting is. You lust after that person. You want to ideally be closer to that person. Because you think of them as someone of ironics. Ironics.
Don't get too comfy. I've got more sets just waiting.
That's nice.
That's when I see people that are miserable.
Donner's avenged.
That, you know, have sex with random people. It's like, all this sex is great. You know, it's a fine line of addiction to a dopamine. People have enormous addictions to dopamine. It is colossally high as hell. People are freaks of it. Not even, they're freaks of it. Like, they won't stop. And they just tend to think that something else better is going to come around, and they just keep on lusting and lusting and lusting and lusting. And then all of a sudden, when the lust gets so overrated, they go to another addiction, which is normally drugs. So then the lusting becomes, it feels different. I know a girl I work in that, beautiful girl in that, very pretty in that. And like, she was good at her job. But she was one of the druggy lusters. She literally told me, she's like, I love being on drugs and having sex. I'm just like, or fornicating with, you know, guys and that. I was like, really? Like, yeah. Like, wow. So you have to have drugs and you just have sex? I'm like, that is phenomenally fucking ridiculous. Sex is the best thing ever. And you have to have drugs with it. That just shows how much this person's probably has a massive body count or has been with a couple of guys for a long time. And certainly it's probably been like that. It's terrifying to think that's just how people are. And it's like, This is why balance is, you have to be balanced. You just have to be balanced in life. You take and give. A relationship is a take and give. You know, nowadays, you know, women that have a feminist act tend to just take and take and take and take and take. And what they think they're giving back is just, you know, sex. And like, well, sex is not a give back because both people want it. The give back is doing something for someone
I don't see this.
that only they want. Like making food for them. I think it's always sex, 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 sex. I'm like, dude.
Here comes Santa.
Don't break your arm patting yourself on the back.
Oh.
People think that stuff. They think that stuff outrageously a lot.
Loading.
And it becomes like quite annoying too. It's just like I always see these memes, and the guy, it's always having the guy say like, you know, guy says, you know, what do you bring to the table? All the girl shows is how big her boobs are.
Like explosive.
You don't have enough
Yeah.
money.
She puts gigantic, you know, of course, she has like a sweater on that. She ain't wearing no bra. She puts a gigantic rack on a table.
I'm not impressed.
Has her big muscle butt all hanging out. And then says, me.
No holes in your armor or back,
And
right?
people believe it. It's so, this is what makes it priceless. Guys will chase after that because I mean, the woman was very attractive. Look, I mean, honestly, she was extremely sexy.
To alleviate your suffering.
How much was Photoshop? I don't know, because people Photoshop themselves a lot, especially on camera. They take pictures. I know women and men that make themselves look bigger
Not even
for
the lights
photos.
were treated.
because they have an online personality and then an offline personality. If they're only online, they will modify themselves. Women will make their boobs look more perfection and more bigger on photographs. Just like men make their dongs bigger or make their muscles bigger on photographs. They are lies. They've always been lies. People don't look that way. They just don't.
Bullets, anyone?
Say, Frosty, that Zed is still here. Like a cracker.
Because people themselves are not supposed to be like that. Yes, I've seen very gorgeous looking women in my time when I was younger. And these women were massively perfectionist. Their boobs and butt and everything were super attractive looking. Skinny, it is amazing. I mean, I see girls like that now.
My coke is getting redder.
Somebody's wearing their big boy pants today. Or big girl.
And like,
I don't
you know, there was one girl working that. She had a perfectionist body. She was skinny. She had a pretty face. She had really nice legs, nice butt in that. She had nice boobs, and she had the luxury of most women wish they had. And honestly, it was astounding. But the only problem is her personality. Not that it was bad, but it was, you know, it was tainted with like negativity, hatred, and stuff. And that's not what people should, you know, want, you know?
Give.
And, you know, and she ended up quitting at Denny's and that because of her attitude and stuff like that. And that's the biggest thing that most of these managers seem to go after, and most of these people, is the attitude.
Nothing says Christmas like explosive.
And people are lying. No, attitude is always a problem. The way I mean by attitude is like to not be disciplined. When you're at work and that, you have to be disciplined to work. But I see people on their fucking phone and that all the damn time. Like, if you, like, have buds in, you're talking to someone, you're still working, that's cool. If it's a laid-back situation and you're not working really, and you're just doing basic stuff, I could see why you would be on your phone. Back in the old days, when I first started working, back in, like, 2009, 2010, we didn't have that stuff. When people had their phones, they told people, you know, put your phone on silent or turn off your phone until you're on your break. I'm not even joking you. People literally get their phones taken away if they were at work. They would get written up for it too. Then people want to say, well, how can they do that? Well, I mean, not say they couldn't take their phones away. Honestly, it's your property. They honestly couldn't. But I had people literally take my phone away at work. I would give it to you at the end of the day. By law, they can't. They can't take your property away. But they can write you up for being on the phone. If the circumstances are massively high, you're not working.
It's jiggling like my belly.
You think that's it? There's plenty more sense.
Hello, Deb. You're trying to forget anyone. Chestnut.
And that's what makes it funny.
To myself.
Because people's lifelines are on the phones and that. There's a lady at work and that. She's always on her phone. She calls people during work all the damn time. And it's so nerve-wracking. Because I'll be sitting there like, why do you have to be on the phone so much? Like, you are not, you can't be that important of a person. You gotta constantly be calling people.
Dawson, shut up.
Like, it's fucking hilarious.
You're not dead.
Like, I see multiple people that do that. And they want to do, like, that. Remember the Bluetooth thing? People, when Bluetooth came out, you had the Bluetooth thing always on their ear, and they press the button to answer calls and shit.
Going to keep your armor.
And they're like, people always make fun of them that, saying, like, hey, you think that you're important because you have a fucking Bluetooth on. All you're doing is probably either talking to yourself, or you're just, like, talking to a random person, or talking to, like, your brother or family member and something like that. Aiming for being important. That's one of the manager guys at work. He's like, oh, I was just talking to the district manager and that for 45 minutes? And I'm like, I doubt this dude's going to talk to you for 45 minutes, bro. You are not that important for him to be talking to you when you're just a, you know, a person that just started working for the company.
This went on for
You know, like, I'm giving him notes and that. I love that shit. I love people are just so fucking over their fucking bullshit. It is fucking priceless. Like, that's cool if you want to think that.
Nothing says Christmas like explosive. You missed the old Santa?
Oh! Yeah, this air lunch is pretty good.
Loading! I'm all give. Like a cracker. Nothing says Christmas like explosive. Die, naughty, die.
Yeah, I always find it really ironic. Like, it's so funny. Like, there's so many stories of people doing stupid stuff, even myself.
Tingly bullets Looking for a home.
Go to the pod.
Whee.
Buy things. Not that it will matter.
This is why I like information. Like, I love learning about things that people do.
And disgusting.
Good or bad. Like, most times, if it is bad and the person's like ignorant towards me, then it's just like information to go against them when they attack me, which is normally what people tend to do. They're ignorant towards me, and they'll do something like they'll say something about me that ain't true, which is, you know, saying like I'm not a hard worker, I don't work good enough, and then I'm just aiming at all the things that they don't do, and the cringe on their face is quite hilarious. It's not to harm them in a way that's going to be like, oh, but it's to show them that to criticize others is to criticize yourself. If you can't criticize yourself, you shall not criticize others. It's like judging someone. What's it saying? It's like to be judged is to not, is to judge thyself first. If you can't judge yourself first.
I'm all give. Reload.
Don't break your arm patting yourself on the back.
That's not what it is.
How do you like me now? Like a cracker.
That's why if I do judge someone, especially if it's like a work thing and that, it's like a learning experience.
Hello, Fletch.
For myself. Because, it's like I want to make everyone needs to be better.
You are so dead. The next wave is gonna flatten you.
Like, we have to aim for betterness. I don't know how many times, even a person at my work that I think that loathes me. I don't know if this person does not like me, but I think this person does not like me. Because the way this person is acting towards me, his voice towards me, his questioning, the way he does things towards me is very negative. But when I open up myself to this person, not saying like open up myself as in tell them who I am or whatever else that, it's just, opening my heart altogether, being positive towards this person. The person seems to have a sense of, forgiveness in a way. Like the person's not very hateful as much towards me. And it's pretty noticeable once you see it, but they seem to always go towards that hatred. Like they don't love themselves enough to see how great they can be. So I come in and say, you did a good job today. And the show of progress, the person one day when we were doing really good gave me a fist bump. And that just shows signs of progress that this person's trying. Because this person thinks so highly of itself that he or she don't understand that you are wrong before you are right. If you think you're always right, then when are you wrong? And that's the question. That has always been the question to everybody. I'll be right back. that shit? I have no idea. I really don't know. All I know is when I talked to all the guys from the morning crew, they were saying that they need help, so I just put my application in. Well, they always have a sign up. Yeah. They probably get a lot of applications, but I don't know. I'll find out whenever it does happen, if it does happen. Oh man, I am starting to get tired as hell. Oh, I did a meditate charge. If anyone that will never heard about it before, that's what a meditate charge is. So a meditate charge is it's emotional charge up, and you get it. From what I've noticed, it's a body charge with, I would say, what we know of is ether around you. What it is that your body you get like a pump up. And what I've noticed from the meditation training that I've done, I know it sounds really confusing, but it comes down to this: frontal, middle, back lobe of the brain. All of it has neurons in it. It's a charge that goes from all the parts down your brainstem that activate the charge. Which is why it's really important to work on your back a lot, because your back is your back and your chest and your core that are all part of the main part of the nervous system. So the stronger your back gets, the more or less likely the stronger you get all the way around. That's why it's good to do a lot of core work as much as you can. And shit makes you tired as fuck, especially after I've done it for a little bit. I need a pasta salad. Basically, you have vegetable noodles, green olives, black olives, crab meat, egg, I think celery. And you mix it with mayonnaise. Itchies. The wind's blowing on my face a certain way. It's making me got a little bit of dry skin on my face, and that it's itchy. Okay. Huh. That's. I'm already crashed here a little bit. This one's still a little bit longer. Oh man.
Wave 10.
I don't know why they don't give them dick and balls. It's kind of stupid.
Let's pound Simon. Time to give him the present. Cat nut.
This is getting expensive. Kindly die the next wave.
Oh, there goes his head.
Better now.
I'm gonna sleep like a baby tonight. The ashwagandha, or whatever, is starting to kick in.
Design is
It's been kicking in probably for the last like
Warzine did okay with this.
30 minutes or so. Oh,
Not very well.
guess you what I'm gonna watch. Thinking about watching some Dr. Wolfula, or maybe I'll watch some. I'm gonna watch a little bit of Final Fantasy VII Abridged. That stuff's really good. Team 4-Star does a really good job with that.
I don't. Nothing says Christmas like explosive. No bother, Jimmy. Come on, Cloak. Come on, cat. Nice. You missed the old Santa?
Damn it. And that's most of the wave.
Loading! Die, naughty, die.
Ha!
Just
Yeah, this thing works pretty good.
You got lucky.
Gotta be.
You lived. I'm not impressed. I'm disgusted. You think that's enough bullets? Really?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go to 15.
Check the area, if you can.
Slashers, okay. Slashers.
I guess I'm old-fashioned at heart. How do you like me now? Nothing says Christmas like explosive. Oh. I'm all give. Elf killer. avenged.
If I thought that was anything but luck, I would be impressed. Area remains secure.
Like a cracker.
This area remains mostly
Yeah, that R1 with this is pretty nice for little guys.
Is this some sort of prank? You're not this good.
A box of jingly bullets looking for a hole.
Yeah, if you're smart in this game, you can really do really good. To where you don't have to worry about dying as much. Oh man, that was a good stretch. Oh.
A box of jingly
Try to
bullets
stretch up my
looking for a
hip.
home.
The Zeds will be there soon to alleviate your suffering.
Fuck, I need a little more. The next one's gonna be the firebug. Yeah, gunslinger. Do not use a gunslinger that much. Some people like the gunslinger because the speed's really fast. I just don't like the guns too much. But I love pistols. I love using Desert Eagles. You think they'd be good against flush pounds as a really high caliber, but they're not. And the freaking nail bombs are annoying. They're good. They blow up really fucking big. But they're annoying to use sometimes. They take too long to blow up. I think it's like a 3-second wait. Basically, you gotta plant it. You gotta get it from pretty far away. And you throw it in between you and the enemy. Oh. Yummy. Oh man, I'm so tired. It's good. Almost 8:30. Okay.
This is how I remember the worship.
Yeah, I should be at work actually. This is normally my longer day.
Until your death.
Right, it is, I mean, today was actually really. It got really slow after like 2 or 3 o'clock. There was like no one in that place. Like it was really fucking slow. And, like no one showed up too. It was ridiculous. Like the manager showed up. You know, I think someone that wasn't supposed to be there ended up showing up. It was a server.
I made it live. I chipped it. You missed the old Santa? Chestnut. That straight is near the top of the naughty list. Here comes Santa. Hurry. Where's Drake? No, there's Drake.
But yeah, it was really weird because the guy that was there, he was trying so hard to scramble for like.
Spend you, Josh, imbeciles. Before I
Man, look at
saw you
that ass.
suck a pod. That flesh pound must have had some sort of structural
Get ass.
deficiency.
I mean,
Lucky you.
dead ass.
No grenades. That's your plan.
Dude, I'm getting so tired now. Keep this shit going.
Not even the lights of a tree in here.
Keep the area secure. That means kill any Zeds that get near.
I wish I could go down and do that shit.
Chestnuts.
Yeah, with having the Sentinel, it makes it a lot easier. You can stay in these circles a little bit easier. Especially with this gun blows up really fucking big.
How do you like me now?
Don't get too comfy. I've got more Zeds just waiting.
Oh. Hello, Slit Owl. I'm on give.
Dang, I'm farting so damn much. Man, it's ridiculous.
None of the Zeds made it in. Surprising. Want a cookie?
Yeah.
You missed the old
Bitch.
I thought that was anything but luck. I would
Nice.
be impressed. Area remains secure.
Yeah, I was really thinking about trying to get this to 25, but I didn't know how tired I was gonna get.
Wave 50.
I was trying to avoid interruptions.
But yeah, that meditation kicked my ass.
Not very well.
It was a lot of neurological charges.
If you just kill yourself. The human boss is highly conducted. Plasmas are useful in a large number of applications. This may result rerouting power from shields. Come, my armor integrity failed. You're outnumbered now. You can't
Chestnut.
Just a barrage of arrows. That's crazy.
Be squashed.
It's a barrage of arrows. Oh, that'd be really difficult. Well, the most difficult one is fucking Abomination. Abomination's literally fucking ridiculous. And they updated the Abomination too much. Well, anyway, I think I'm gonna get off of that. I will be getting back on whenever I do wake up, which is probably gonna be. It's going to be probably like 4 hours or so, because normally it's like that. Okay, so don't forget to subscribe and that if you haven't subscribed. You know, it does help out the channel a lot. And just try to give me a like. You know, even if you haven't like been on the channel in a while, and that, which I've been seeing that a lot lately. You know, if you see me on, just come on, say hi, give me a like, ask, if you want to ask questions, ask questions. Other than that, let's keep this ball going. YouTube's really against me because of, who I am and that, and how I'm changing. People just don't like it, But hey, I'm making myself better. If I'm becoming better, that means anyone else can become better by doing what I'm doing. And it's not about making money and that. It's about, taking control of your life. And that's the hardest thing to do. Because people don't know how to take control of their life. They're controlled by controllers instead of being their own personal controller. Anyway, I'm getting off. I'll see you.